to it. Right, here we go. First of all, what I've done here is I've done a block of Scrag Brown. This is not blended, not it's just painted on. There's 2 layers. This will be your base coat or your highlight or whatever. Now, the trick I saw, and you may be wondering why you can't see anything where I'm rubbing the brush on, it's because I'm using glaze medium. Glaze medium mixed with a bit of water. The water is just so it dries slightly faster. And if you watched my video last week, I'm using the same technique I used there. So you get a bit of Scrag Brown on your brush and then you sort of drag it out. Now, the addition of the glaze medium, as you can see, makes a massive difference and just makes blend very, very easy to do. Now, I'm trying again here just with watered, slightly thinned Scrag Brown. And what you'll notice in a second is that it doesn't cover quite as well, and there is a sort of distinct end to the colour. Yes, you could probably feather that out, but you're going to have to do a couple of layers. Like I did in my video last time, I did a few layers. Now with this new trick, well, it's not really a trick, it's just something you pick up, something you learn. With this new piece of information, shall we say, using the glaze medium, you can achieve the same effect much faster. Now, I'm recording the audio over the top of the video, so we'll see what I'm doing here. Sometimes I surprise myself. So I'm doing this again with the glaze medium, and you can see straight away you can get better coverage, and there's no sort of distinct end to the blend itself. So this is very fast and very effective. It takes a little while to dry, but that's because the glaze medium slows drying time significantly. But if you add enough water, you'll still get the same effect and it'll dry in a decent time. Just don't use glaze medium on its own because it takes forever to dry, and I mean forever. I've got a piece on the plastic card that I tested out, and this is about an hour and a half later and it's still wet. So don't do that. As you can see here, using the Space Wolf colours that I used previously, or last week even. Went a bit too far forward there, didn't really need to go back in, so it forms quite a sharp point, but you can, because of the glaze medium, drag it back out again. You wouldn't be able to do that with water, it would have dried, and you would have roughed up the surface. And then you can just gently feather it if you need to. So as you can see, that's a very fast, really cool way of doing it. So what we'll do now is let's give it a go on an actual model. This is the same Space Marine I was working on last week. Yeah, I haven't done any more to it unfortunately, but I'll get there. Bit of glaze medium, bit of colour on the brush, and bang, done. You can go, once this is dry, you can go over it again if you want a slightly stronger effect. But doing that was much faster. I would have had to do about 3 or 4 layers, either glazing or feathering, just trying to get a decent finish. And I've just done it in seconds. And again, let's down the back of the leg. I should really have just painted in a stripe of, I'm guessing it's the fang I'm using, before I did that, so I've got a nice solid colour before I blend in the edges. But no matter. And again, done. So simple, so fast. Let's do the inside of the other leg now. By the looks of that, yep, there we go. Glaze medium water mix. The fang. Done. Now, this has basically removed a skill block. So now I can think about everything else that I'm doing on the miniature without having to worry about blending, because I know it can be done and I know I can do it. So you can think about colour, composition, where you're putting stuff, lighting, all that. You can think about everything else that you need to think about to create a really nice display miniature without having to worry about doing a smooth blend. So in case you're wondering, it is possible with lighter colours as well. It's a bit more difficult simply due to light colours being more difficult to blend, and that's just a thing. That's just what happens. And on this leg as well, you'll see that you could do it in two separate sections, but I've gone all over the back of the leg. You'd have to dark line or pin wash the groove that runs through the middle. Bit of incubi darkness would, I think, is what I used on the rest of the model. But you can see there, again, very quick and just so smooth. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. And we'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications bell icon thing. Yep, smash that. And yeah,